Hello everyone, it's DiFusionGaming here for a new series. Now I have no clue what the series is going to be called yet. The best thing I can come up with is TWD, which basically means Talk with DiFusionGaming. But I don't know. That's the best I can think of right now. I'll probably just go with that. But yeah, this episode will be about what I think 2.2 stages will look like in Geometry Dash. And this is just kind of like my predictions. And it's going to be based on like the new features that we know of that's going to be added in 2.2. Alright, let's get into the video. Now the first thing I'm going to talk about is longer stages. So stages are going to get longer because you have the ability to go backwards in them now. As you see in the Sub-Zero. Sometimes when you hit like a bumper pad or a jump orb, your vehicle will go backwards. So that will lead to longer stages. I do predict that there'll be more travel stages in Geometry Dash 2.2 because of this. Because at the moment, the editor only allows you to go 8,000 blocks to the right. So there is a limit on how far you can actually build. So you can't go too far. And here's other things that are going to get longer. I assume Extreme Demons are going to get even longer than they already are. There's not really much more you can do to make them more difficult, as shown in Bloodlust and Yatagarasu, if that's how you say it. The stages are difficult because they're longer. And yeah, they are tougher in gameplay, but in 2.2 I don't think the gameplay is actually going to be tougher itself. It's just going to be a very long stage. It's just how long can you keep up with the tough gameplay. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is how I think random triggers will change the stages. And of course, the random trigger, if that is added to the game, then there's going to be RNG in stages. This could be a good or a bad thing, it depends on the stage. Like maybe there'll be those stages where it's like you have a 1% chance to win because there's a bunch of blocks just moving up and down and you have no clue if it's going to block you or not. There'll be stages like that where you just leave it running by itself until you win. But one thing that I am kind of excited for, if this does happen, is there might be stages where it's not the same stage every time you play through it. Like maybe a few things will be slightly different. So it keeps you always watching, like you can't just use your muscle memory and freely go across the stage, but you'll be just playing almost like it's blind every time. So that's gonna be a new thing that people are gonna be doing. Practice mode won't even be much of a help anymore. It'll just be you playing through the stage over and over and over again until you get a good understanding of every possibility because of the random trigger. And final thing about the random trigger is boss battles. Boss battles, I think, are going to be crazy in 2.2 because you can't predict what the boss is going to do because, once again, the random trigger. It'll choose like maybe, oh, I'll shoot up or down. You don't know, it'll like give you some weird visual cue, and depending on what the boss does, it'll basically let you know where to go. So that's also pretty exciting. The boss battles probably won't be like as difficult, but it will be a bit tougher to predict what the boss is going to do. Now the next thing is camera options and how you're able to like zoom in and zoom out the camera and kind of like pan it over left and right, keep it still. Now that's going to change a lot. The first thing, this will probably take place mostly at the beginning of 2.2, but there are going to be a lot of stages that don't use the camera very well. They're going to use it in very annoying and unexpected ways. That'll just cause you to die. You'll just be like riding, like going across the stage like normal, and then all of a sudden the camera will give you like barely any room to see, and then you'll be dead. So yeah, but I do expect that more to be at the beginning of 2.2. Not really later on, as people learn how to use it a bit better. But one thing it could help is it will reduce like the dangerous drops. Like, you know, those moments when your cube is just falling down and you have no clue if you have to click or not click. It could help that, because if the screen pans downwards, it will help you know where to go and what to do. So that's a good thing with it. But of course, not everyone's going to be doing that. And the final thing with camera options I want to talk about is the challenges. There will be challenges that take advantage of the screen movement and that'll be used to make it a challenge. Like, maybe there'll be like a triple spike challenge, but you'll be very zoomed into your character. And just all kinds of stuff like that with the challenges. Or maybe the camera will be moving back and forth as you're trying to navigate through a wave area. Who knows? It'll just be different kinds of challenges in 2.2. Now, mini games is the next topic. I feel like 2.2 is going to have a lot of mini games by various different people. And of course, this is because of the RNG and the screen movement. Because now that you're able to have the screen stuck in one place, not moving left or right, you can do a lot more with mini games. And it also fits very well with you being able to go backwards and forwards. So you can have some crazy stuff, like maybe you'll be climbing up, or you're just going back and forth and you have to find your way out. I don't know. Maybe there'll be like puzzle games too. It could be puzzle related things. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. There'll be a couple new different types of stages. Alright, the next thing, it's not as long, but I do predict that you're going to be seeing less of every vehicle in stages. Because now that there's the new game mode being added to the game, stages, like more of the easier stages with like less vehicle changes, you're not going to see as much of every vehicle. Because there's so much, you're not always going to have room to include every vehicle in the stage. Of course, faster paced demons where you're always switching your vehicle, well, you probably would have them all included, but stages that have like each vehicle last about like 20 seconds or something, you're gonna start seeing less of every vehicle. But of course, at the very beginning of 2.2, you're gonna see a lot of the new vehicle. And the final thing I'm gonna predict in 2.2 is what the stages, like the actual stage design, will look like. My prediction is there's gonna be a lot of different colors. Like, we're gonna start seeing weird combinations of colors that somehow fit. Like, most stages you see now are just like either one color, like you'll see all blue, all red, all green, and it all sticks with the same color of different shades. But in 2.2, I predict that we're going to start seeing different combinations of colors. People are going to start mixing it up, and we're going to start seeing more flashy stages of different colors too. Alright, so that was the end of the first episode of TWD, I guess. Hope you enjoyed. And if you think of anything that you think will change in 2.2 or be added in 2.2 that will kind of like affect stages, and make sure to comment that below. I would like to hear them. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.